I cannot accept anything either. It's a shame, the farmer said, sounding genuinely disappointed. At this year, crop is especially delicious. She sliced an apple in half and took a big bite. The sound of crisp fruit made Snow White half broader. She opened the door a crack and saw the farmer continually chewing. Maybe I could try one apple, but it must be that one, the one you're safely eating, Snow White said. Of course, the farmer smiled, handing the red half to Snow White. When the first bite of poisoned apple locked into Snow White's throat, the world drained of sound and color. She collapsed to the ground. The queen dashed back to her beloved mirror. Who is the most beautiful in all the world? She pleaded. You are the most beautiful, my queen, the mirror replied, and relief washed over the queen's troubled heart. When the dwarfs saw the door ajar, they rushed inside and found Snow White lying where she had fallen. There were no ribbons, and they might untangle, no wounds they might heal. She was cold. She was dead. The dwarfs could not bear to bury Snow White, so they constructed a delicate coffin of gold and glass, and laid her to rest on a mountainside. Snow White appeared merely asleep, as beautiful as ever. Months later, the dwarfs spotted the king's party returning from war. We should bring poor Snow White back to her father, the dwarf decided, since the queen cannot hurt her any more. The 7 dwarfs gently bore the glass coffin to the forest. At the palace, the king reunited with his queen, who seemed uncommonly sincere. Where's my daughter? The queen asked. Our sweet Snow White ran away, the queen said, shedding every real look in tears. Just then, the dwarfs arrived at the palace, carrying a glass coffin with Snow White inside. Sobbing, the queen lifted his daughter from the coffin. He embraced her so fiercely that the apple in her throat was discovered. Snow White's eyelids fluttered. She was alive. The king and dwarfs were so overjoyed that they did not notice the queen flying up into palace steps to a chamber in a blind rage. She could never be the most beautiful as long as Snow White lived, unless who is the most beautiful in all the world? She demanded the mirror. Snow White. No, the queen exploded. I am the most beautiful. I am. Tell me that I am the most beautiful in the world. My queen, I cannot lie, and Snow White is the most beautiful. No, the queen screamed. I am the most beautiful, and you will tell me so. The mirror shuddered. For the final time, tell me, the queen shrieked. The mirror gobbled like water and cracked like ice. My queen, it began, but the queen's spell was too strong. The mirror could not lie. The mirror shattered, sending straws of gas flying all in directions. One shaft flew straight into the queen's heart, killing her. With the jealous queen gone forever, Snow White was safe at last. The king offered rewards to the dwarfs, but they asked only that Snow White visit their mountain cottage now and then. Snow White and the king were glad to oblige, and all of them lived happily ever after. Glossary. Clinch. Fasten or pull together slightly. Coax. Gently persuade someone to do or say something. Dislodge. Knock or force out of a secure position. Dissipate. Disappeared by spreading thin. Incantation. A set word that is spoken and sung to cast a magic spell. Obliged to do something as a favor. Obsessed. Completely occupied with thinking about something. Peddler. A traveling salesperson who sells and trades many kinds of objects. Preening. Spending time improving and admiring one's appearance. Sincere. Peaceful and calm. Soothe. Calm or confident, cause to feel better. Suffocate. Stop the breathing of a person or other animal.